Kashaya, welcome back to my channel, and as you can tell by the title, today's video is a romanticizing life vlog. Just a cute little chill vlog to get out before next month, which is my birthday month. And I've really just been planning for that all day, but before I get into all the details for that, we'll just leave that for the next video. But yeah, I am turning 21, and I want to be outside. Obviously not doing nothing reckless, but I definitely want to be outside. But yeah, for this vlog, it's not really gonna be anything too crazy, you know? Like I said, just something chill until the big stuff. Or let me not even say the big stuff, but until the more interesting things. But yeah, without further ado, I'm not gonna talk you guys' head up, and let's get right into the video. So you already know what's next. TV on blast, turn it down, don't want it to clash when nobody's screaming out now. I know you're hearing it, you got me moaning now. I got a secret that I wanna show you. Hey guys, please excuse the angle. My phone is charging and I'm also doing some schoolwork. But while I'm at it, I just really wanted to talk about substance, because I feel like nowadays, or really not even nowadays, I just feel like in general for a long time, people have lacked substance. Like it's something that's missing in a lot of people. And, with that being said, people often prioritize things such as looks, something so temporary and fleeting. Hold on, y'all. Let me just go to my class real quick. But yeah, and it's just like, dude, yes, he's handsome. Yes, she's gorgeous. But what more is there to them? How do they think as an individual? How do they carry themselves as an individual? What more is there to their character besides their looks? There's no substance. There's no authenticity. There's nothing unique about them, What's the way that they see the world? How do they operate, in the world? How do they see other people in the world? How do they take things in in the world, Like, I don't think people think about that, or at least they don't prioritize that. Myself, for example, I'm a sapiosexual and a demisexual. My romantic attraction to you is going to stem from how well we connect on an emotional and intellectual level. If we can't even get that far, then there's no substance. Even platonically, like I can't surround myself around people who don't think critically and who aren't intuitive. Like I want people around me who are on the same wavelength. I'll say, me, the friends that I do have, we're on the same wavelength. We're able to have conversations and disagree without there being any disconnect, any, drama. Like, I love, or a prime example, like me and my older brother, we're able to, not see things in the same exact light, however, still hear each other out, from different perspectives, And that's another thing about perspective and perception, I feel like a lot of people, they often sometimes think that their perception is reality, and it's like not everything is always as it seems. Just because you take something in and you feel strongly about it doesn't necessarily mean that it's absolute, And another thing about character, like, yes, sometimes the way that people present themselves can reflect their character. However, their character and the way that they present themselves isn't always a direct reflection as to who that person is as an individual, as looks can be deceiving. And guys, I don't mean to go on a whole rant, but it's just like, like where are all the people who like to see people on a deeper level? Like, I need to find more people like that. Like, oh my gosh. And not even like on any over analyzing type stuff. Like, I don't like being around people who they're quick to judge and label people based on what they think that they know. But the moment when it comes down, it boils down to them, suddenly nobody can tell them about themselves. I don't need to be around nobody like that. But, just people who like, they see things for more than what it is. Like, just like that. I was talking to myself about it earlier, and it's just like, yes, like, oh my gosh. Like, that's what I need, especially if I was to have a partner. I guess it's kind of why I'm sort of like, I always have liked being to myself. I'm a very solitary person, but it doesn't mean I'm not open to companionship. It just depends on the companion. It depends on the person, you know? Like, I'm very selective with who I choose to be around me. And, you know, when it comes to, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I told y'all I'm doing my work too. There have been people who are using AI in the class and the instructor. Ooh, he do not sound happy, guys. I mean, I can't say I blame him because like our last assignment, it was to talk about a book that you read and like the impact it had on you. And a lot of people were using AI, and I know they were using it because it was put in the same book. It was like Helen Keller and something with like Anne Frank or something. I chose Thank You, Ma'am. I forget who that book is by, but it's basically about this boy. He tried to steal from this old lady because he wanted to buy a pair of shoes, and despite him, you know, like attempting to do something wrong to her, she still took him in and took care of him and treated him with kindness. Y'all listen to, like, hold on, let me read what he said. Hi everyone, please stop putting prompts into AI to generate a post or an assignment. The point of the discussion is to share actual experiences and maybe think about them. What was good, what was bad. School is like going to the gym. One goes to the gym to get stronger. If they don't do the work at the gym, they won't get the result, right? The assignments seem like they don't matter, but little by little you learn and grow. If you're not thinking about it, making mistakes, and doing what you're asked to do, how are you learning anything? Let me tell y'all our prompt. It was to think back to a time in school or work or from a friend when you received feedback from your writing. And I chose high school, my AP English class. We were doing rhetorical and persuasive essays. And I talked about how, you know, she was telling me how to focus on how I was addressing my audience. You know, and yeah, that was really helpful because there's a lot of elements and stuff. But yeah, yo, I kind of went on a rant, but yes, oh my gosh, I need substance. I love substance. I love authenticity. I love genuine people. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I know we all have our flaws, but I hate when people try to, you know, I hate when people can't connect on a deeper level. And I can't stand when people, they try to rewrite a person's character in their head based on what they think they know, as opposed to actual, you know, evidence or whatever. Like, it's so annoying. You know, like those people, like, they think they can tell everybody else about themselves, but they can't, nobody can tell them about themselves. Or like, what's that mentality? They don't owe anyone anything, but everyone owes them everything. You can't demand things you won't reciprocate. That's just not how it works. That's not how it works. It's crazy, crazy, yeah. Oh my gosh, but yes, you guys, I need to reply to one person, and yeah. I'll catch you guys when I'm doing something else. So you already know what's next.